So in this video, I'm going to be covering the 3 high income skills that I believe is going to help you advance in every single area of your life if you're willing to put the work in it. As the year is coming to an end, a lot of us are probably thinking about a career change. And if you're not in the stage of advancing to a new career yet, then perhaps you're still in school and thinking about what's going to be that dream job that's going to help set you up for success for the rest of your life. Most of us, we want to be rich, right? Because financial wealth gives us flexibility, it gives us freedom, it gives us the ability to take care of ourselves and our family. So, who doesn't want it? And these are the 3 skills that I would learn personally if I wasn't running my own business right now. Well, maybe one day if I do sell the business, then I could go into this field. So, all right, let's get into the video. So the first one I think is self-explanatory because the first one is an AI engineer. This has been said enough times all over the internet. It's a new norm by now that we all know that AI is not going anywhere. The industry is growing and there's only going to be a higher demand of talent and engineers that are able to create language processing models. Now, I want to clarify, I'm not talking about prompt engineering because prompt engineering is basically the usage of how you can leverage the use of language models, like how you can ask ChatGPT to give you the right outputs based on certain inputs. This, I think, has been overly exaggerated, and perhaps it's a skill that's not that highly sought after anymore because there's just plenty of knowledge out there. And I'm actually going to be putting out a video on how you can write out the right prompts to give you the best outputs to help you in your business and in your personal life as well. An AI engineer is basically how someone who is able to create and understand how language processing models work. And not only do they understand how those models work, they're able to create models that are better than the existing ones. Right now, we're seeing a glimpse of what AI can do, where we are witnessing how we can feed it information and it can process that information faster than what we can humanly process with our brains, with our limited knowledge. But with the right models, it can take the right inputs and it can output an amazing answer for us to use our business and in our work life and in our personal life, even in our health and taking care of our families, like asking it to write fairy tales and bedtime stories, which is quite remarkable if I'm honest. At the end of the day, is that's only one part of it, right? Feeding text information into the model and letting it output text for us. But there's still much that we can do with AI because within this process of language processing and modeling and creating models, you can use this for images. You can use this for different data sets for each industry. Imagine a world where right now, as we are witnessing, people are experiencing the use of AI to basically take health data to create diagnostics or suggestions of the diet or the supplements that you can build. The app or this platform can basically help you build a better diet or a better routine that fits your lifestyle, or even help you suggest a better sleep routine. It's basically optimizing every single area of your life. Why I believe that AI engineers are going to be so highly valuable is simply because of the news and the facts is out there that there is an open war between OpenAI with Microsoft and Google with their AI models. They are directly competing, and they're not just competing in terms of the media, the software, the features, but they're also competing for talent. I read an article the other day in the Thai press that OpenAI is offering a package of up to $10 million for someone to join their team. And if they do a good job, if they fulfill their role and their KPIs and their objectives, they're able to get compensated close to $10 million. I mean, whoa. I mean, if I turn back time when I was a mechatronics engineering, I would have probably paid more attention in my neural processing class, which is basically the process of understanding neural networks and how it can form connections. I wish I paid a bit more attention. But if you're still young, or if you're looking for a career switch, there's plenty of opportunities to still get started. And even if you are a bit more advanced in your career, there's plenty of ways to learn online right now. There's plenty of online courses that you can actually get certified, and you can start practicing and doing it on your own free time. I really love what Tony Robbins said in one of his interviews. Quite a lot of people complain about their 9 to 5. And one thing that he mentioned in that video is that when people complain about their 9 to 5, they leave out the part of what they do after the 9 to 5. From 6 to whatever you want to go to sleep. What are you spending time on? I mean, if you're, yes, sure, we all have burdens, we have responsibilities to our family and whatnot, and our health, but there's always that chunk of time that you're choosing to do something else instead of working on your career or on your success. So like for me right now, this is approximately 10 p.m. my time. My son has went to bed, and I'm recording this video with all of you because this is how I spend my time when I'm able to. And is this a burden for me? No. But am I pushing myself harder than the rest of the people that might use this time to perhaps watch Netflix, play games? Nothing wrong with playing games, going out, but this is what is true, dear to my heart. This is a seed that I'm planting into the world simply because I want to do it. So even if you have full-time day job, there's always that room that you can always use to invest in yourself and in your growth. And I think learning AI engineering, understanding the fundamentals of language processing models is going to take you a long way. So that's the first high income skill of 2024 and forward. The next skill is a full stack developer. Now, I want to clarify. When I say full stack developer, I don't just mean someone who is able to code the front end, the back end, the UI, which is the user interface and the user experience, but also a fourth stack, which is what I believe is missing in the industry right now, or at least it's a talent that I've been on a search for, which is a skill of communication and as well as a business development skill. So imagine someone who can not only code the front end, the back end, create an amazing graphical user interface, and as well as understand the customer journey and the experience that they go through as they're using the application or the product, and also be able to communicate the vision or the story of why he or she created that product that way. Plus, understand who to sell it for and at what price, and as well as being able to package it in a way that is easily to understand or easily communicated and replicated by a team. My God, I think that person is going to be worth a lot in my mind. And I would probably be paying someone who has those skills very close to my own salary, because that's what I'm looking for in my own team right now. Not just someone who is able to code well, but also someone who understands business. Now, I believe that software is not going to go anywhere. There's only going to be a higher demand, but a software developer, a full stack developer with the fourth and fifth skill added to their existing stack is going to be highly valuable. And perhaps they might already be out there and they are creating their next billion-dollar startup. And just on that note, I was watching a YouTube video on this 23-year-old billionaire. Man, super inspiring. I'll leave a link in the description. I think that's something for someone like me who's older to look up to and basically super inspired by as well. The third high income skill that I believe is going to be highly sought after, and it's not really a marketed job description. It's pretty unique. I haven't found anyone that's been able to really put this across, is the job of a creative product manager. We used to live in a world where you have the marketing team, you have the sales team, you have the creative people, and then you have kind of like the more nerdy product designers, the developers, and then engineers that are working on the other side. As a CEO of a business that is touching tech, software, food, retail, customer service, management, accounting and finances, I've realized that in a successful company, you really can't separate the marketing team or the creative side of the business with the product or the engineer side. Hence, I really believe that there is a missing skill that is going to be highly sought after, which is someone who not only is able to think creatively and be able to craft a compelling message, but someone who is able to understand the product and the engineering behind the product so that they can also package that product or that piece of software into a way that is widely accepted and can also be shared to the rest of the world. And also someone who is passionate about how those products and those software or whatever they're building can change the lives of their customer. So I think this role, the creative product manager, which is kind of like how I work in my business, I think it's going to be highly sought after and a skill that's going to be highly valuable as well. How can you get started on these 3 skills if you do want to try and pursue this path? There's a quote that I really like, that as you're starting out in your career, sometimes you have to choose experience over money. If you want to try something new, I think it doesn't hurt to go into an industry where you don't have as much expertise in, especially if you're, let's say if you're coming from a marketing side and if you want to gain your knowledge in the engineering side, it might be worth it to accept a lower pay for the experience that you might gain from working in a very strong engineering team. And this goes both ways, but it takes a bit of a sacrifice that you need to pay for, but I think and I truly believe it's going to pay off in a long term. And one of the reasons that my dad have been able to entrust me with the company right now, despite me being his son, but I've also pushed the company to new heights, and we've been able to continue to gain revenue and momentum through the things that I've created and the team that I've built around the business, in which we didn't have before. It's simply because of my deep understanding and my deep passion on the engineering side, but also my passion and curiosity on the creative end, in styling, in design, in beauty, in things that are aesthetically pleasing, and as well as in storytelling, messaging, and the right communication techniques to craft ways to let our customers understand our product that's very engineered, that's very hard, better. This has been one of the reasons that has fundamentally set our company up for a really, really good run in the past 5 to 6 years that I've been CEO. Of course, I'm still learning. I'm still working towards that billion-dollar company. I'm still growing and learning with you guys. But I hope that this video has been helpful. Those are the 3 high-income skills that I think all of us can at least learn from. And if you guys like this type of video, if you like the work that I do, and if you want to learn more about what I do on a day-to-day basis, if you want to ask any questions on how I run my business, what drives me, or what motivates me, leave them in the comments. And please hit me up on X. I'm always there. I try and respond to as much of my DMs as possible. I don't actually get that many DMs. Some of you might think that, oh, I'm a CEO, I don't have the time to check my DMs, but I do, and I do care about people who care about what I do as well. So it would mean a lot for me to connect with all of you that are watching this content on my channel. Appreciate your love and support as always, sharing for you to all become your best versions as much as possible. We'll see you on the next one. Take care, guys.